Good morning, class 12th. Welcome back to my online class. Hello, students. How are you? I hope you are fine and safe at home during the COVID 19. So, today, your class 12th, today, your subject is business studies, and the chapter number 3, the business environment, we will continue, and the part 2 video I will represent to you. So, the chapter number 3, business environment. In a previous video, we have learned the term definition of business environment, scope, features, and its importance. Now, the dimensions of the business environment. So, there are five components of the business environment, five dimensions of the business environment. First one is economic environment, social environment, technological environment, legal environment, and political environment. So, first, the economic environment we will read. So, economic environment includes the interest rates, the inflation rates, the change in the income of the people, the stock market, and the value of the rupee are some of the economic factors that can affect the management practices in a business enterprise. So, economic environment is also affect the management practices. For an example, in case of the construction companies and the automobile manufacturers, low long term rates are beneficial because they result in increased spending by consumers for buying homes and cars on the borrowed money. Similarly, as a rise in the disposable income of the people, जैसे ही लोगों की इनकम बढ़ती है ड्यू टू इंक्रीज इन द जीडीपी, तब क्या होता है, जीडीपी ग्रॉस डोमेस्टिक प्रोडक्ट हमारी कंट्री की इंक्रीज हो जाती है. इट ऑल्सो क्रिएट इंक्रीजिंग द डिमांड फॉर द प्रोडक्ट्स, जिससे हमारी प्रोडक्ट्स की डिमांड बढ़ जाएगी. सो इट ऑल्सो रिजल्ट the high inflation rate generally result in constraint on the business enterprise. As they increase, the various costs of business, such as the purchase of raw material, machinery, and the payment of wages and salaries to the employees are increased. Clear? The second one is social environment, and the social environment of the business. अब हमारे इसमें क्या आएगा, सोशल इन्वायरमेंट में इंक्लूड द सोशल फोर्सेस लाइक कस्टम्स एंड ट्रेडिशंस, क्योंकि हमारे इंडिया में कस्टम्स और ट्रेडिशन इन्वायरमेंट से रिलेट करते हैं. वैल्यूज ऑल्सो affect the social trends, the society expectation from the business, etc. So the traditions define social practices that have lasted for the centuries. For an example, Diwali, Eid, Christmas, and Gurpurab in India. So all are provide the significant financial opportunity for greeting card companies, sweets or confectionery manufacturers, tailoring outlets, and many other related business. So social environment also affect the business, the management. Now the third one is the technological environment. Technological environment includes the forces that is relating to the scientific improvement and the innovations which provide the new ways of producing goods and services and new methods and techniques of operating a business. तो टेक्नोलॉजिकल इन्वायरमेंट में हमारे सारे फोर्सेस आते हैं जो कि रिलेट करते हैं साइंटिफिक इम्प्रूवमेंट में, इनोवेशंस ऑल्सो, एंड ऑल्सो प्रोवाइड द न्यू वेज ऑफ प्रोड्यूसिंग गुड्स एंड सर्विसेज. इट ऑल्सो प्रोवाइड the newly innovative methods and other ideas for the producing goods and services, and it also affect the business practices. For an example, the recent technological and the advances in the computers and the electronics have modified the ways in which companies advertise their products. Clear? So it's all are depending on the technological environment. So the technological environment also affect affect the management practices and also helps in operating a business. Now we will read the fourth point. The fourth point one is the political environment. Clear? The political environment includes the political conditions such as general stability and peace in the country, and also specific attitude that elected the government representative hold towards the business. So political environment में हमारे सारे political forces आ जाएंगे, तो political conditions जिसमें हम general which also maintain the general stability and also maintain a peace in the country, and also uh, dev- develop the attitude that elected the government representative which hold the business. So political environment, are you clear? So political stability is also build up the confidence among the among the business people to invest in the long term project for the growth of the economy. So the political instability can shake that confidence. So the political environment also affect the management practices and also helps in operating a business. Now it's clear, students. Now we will move to the fifth point, the legal environment. So the legal environment include the various legislation which is passed by the government administrative orders issued by the government authorities, court judgment, and every level of the government, center, state or local. So it is imperative for the management of every enterprise to obey the law of the demand. Now we will move on to the next topic, the LPG policy. So the L for liberalization and P for privatization and G for the globalization. Now the liberalization means freezing the business firm and industry from all the unnecessary control and restrictions. Means बहुत सारी फर्म्स को और इंडस्ट्रीज को रिलीज कर दिया गया था जो कंट्रोल में थी, जो गवर्नमेंट के रेस्ट्रिक्शंस के साथ ओपन होती थे. सो बहुत सारी इंडस्ट्रीज जो इसमें लिबरलाइज हो गई थी. So let's read what the Indian industries has taken place with the liberalization. First one is removal of the restrictions on the movement of goods and services, and it also give the freedom in fixing the price of goods and services. It also reduction in the tax rate and lifting of the unnecessary control over the economy. और क्या हुआ था? It also simplify the procedures for imports and exports. Clear? And it also make it easier to attract the foreign capital and technology to the India. And it also give the freedom in deciding the scale of the business and activities, and that is there is no restrictions on the expansion or the contraction of the business activities. So now I hope the liberalization term is clear to you. Now second one is the privatization. So means giving greater role to the private sector in the nation building process and also reducing the role of the public sector. तो प्राइवेटाइजेशन में क्या हुआ था? पब्लिक सेक्टर ने ग्रेटर रोल प्ले करने को प्राइवेट सेक्टर को दे दिया था, जिससे थोड़ा बर्डन जो पब्लिक सेक्टर का जो बर्डन था वो कम हो गया था. नाउ the globalization means integration of our economy with the world economy. Integration means हम जुड़ गए बहुत सारी कंट्रियों के साथ, हमारी इकोनॉमी हमारा वर्ल्ड के साथ हमारा इंट्रैक्शन होने लग गया. तो ग्लोबलाइजेशन क्या है? सबके साथ इंटीग्रेशन होना वर्ल्ड के साथ. क्लियर? So in the 1991 the government of India had followed a policy of strictly regulating the imports in value and the volume terms, and these regulations with respect to first one is the licensing of import, tariff restrictions and the quantitative restrictions. So the globalization involves an increased level of interaction and interdependence among the various nations of the global economy. So this also help in the rapid development in the technology, and it also liberalize the trade policies by the government. So with the policy of the 1991 the government of India moved the country to the globalization pattern. So अब हमारी जो इकोनॉमी है, अब जो हमारा वर्ल्ड है वो क्या फॉलो कर रहा है? ग्लोबलाइजेशन पैटर्न फ्लो कर रहा है. ऑल द कंट्रीज आर इंटीग्रेटेड टुगेदर एंड ऑल्सो understand each other. Now the impact of the government policy changes on the business and industries. Now first one is increasing competition. So, with the result of change in the rule of the industrial licensing, entry of the foreign firms, competition for the Indian firms has increased, especially in the service industries. क्या हो गया था? कंपटीशन इंडियन फर्म्स के लिए बढ़ गया था, जैसे टेलीकम्युनिकेशन में, एयरलाइंस में, बैंकिंग में, इंश्योरेंस में, स्पेशली जो हमारे सर्विस सेक्टर है उसमें हमारा कंपटीशन इंक्रीज हो गया था. More demanding the customer today have become more demanding because they are well informed, क्योंकि उनको पता है. Increased competition in the market give the customer wider choice in the purchasing. With the help of the globalization, the other country also provide their products, and the customer will get well informed, and the customer have the wider choice in purchasing the better quality of goods and services. Now third one is rapidly changes of the technological environment. So with the increased competition forces the firms to develop new ways to survive and grow in the market. And what one is new technologies make it possible. किसने possible किया? Technologies ने. To improve the machine, process, products and service. With the help, the rapidly changing technological environment create the tough challenges before the smaller firms. Clear? Now the fourth point is necessity for change. In a regulated environment of the pre 1991 year, पहले क्या होता था, environment में changes नहीं होते थे, regulations थी, तो rigid nature था, but the firms could have the relatively stable policies and the practice. But after 1991 क्या हुआ, changes आने लगे. The market forces have become turbulent, as a result of which the enterprise have to continuously modify their operation. मतलब flexible practices को apply करने लगे. So it's also necessary for the change. Now the fifth point is need for developing a human resource. So the Indian enterprise have suffered for long with inadequately trained personnel. So the new market condition require the people with a higher competence. अब नई मार्केट में हमें competent लोग चाहिए, human resource जो है high competent चाहिए, greater efficiency होनी चाहिए, greater commitment होनी चाहिए. So there is a need for the developing the human resources. तो हमें human employees की ज़रूरत होने लगी. Now the sixth point is market orientation. पहले क्या होता था, फर्म्स यूज टू प्रोड्यूस फर्स्ट एंड गो टू द मार्केट फॉर सेल लेटर, है ना. इन अदर वर्ड्स दे हैड प्रोडक्शन ओरिएंटेड मार्केटिंग ऑपरेशन. बट विद द फास्ट चेंजिंग वर्ल्ड देयर इज अ शिफ्ट टू द मार्केट ओरिएंटेशन. तब क्या होने लगा, द फर्म्स हैव टू स्टडी एंड एनालाइज द मार्केट. पहले वो स्टडी करती थी, फिर एनालाइज करती थी मार्केट को, फिर फर्स्टली वो प्रोड्यूस करती थी उसी अकॉर्डिंगली गुड्स को. तो मार्केट ओरिएंटेशन का मतलब क्या है, पहले वो स्टडी करेंगे, एनालाइज करेंगे कि कौन सा प्रोडक्ट कस्टमर की डिमांड है मार्केट के अंदर, उसी टाइप की कस्टमर की सेटिस्फैक्शन को इम्प्रूव करने के लिए उन कस्टमर टू सेटिस्फाई द कस्टमर दे विल प्रोवाइड द goods accordingly with the choice of the customer. Clear? The seventh point is loss of the budgetary support to the public sector. Same in the seventh point, the central government budgetary support for financing the public sector outlay has declined over the year. तो क्या होने लगा, public sector undertaking have realized that in order to survive and grow they will have to be more efficient. अब उनको क्या लगा कि efficient होना चाहिए and also generate their own resources for the purpose. So there is a loss of the budgetary support to the public sector. Clear, students? So these are the impact of the government policy changes with the respect of the liberalization, privatization and the globalization. So clear, students? So we have finished this chapter, and what you have to do all the notes in your notebook. Clear? With the assignment, and stay blessed and safe at home. Goodbye, students. Thank you for the watching, and must remember you have to do all the notes in your register. Goodbye, students. Take care.